Wish you warm welcome. In today's video, we lengthen and strengthen core muscles, abdominal muscles. We'll be using a skipping rope. If you don't have, don't worry about it. I will give you an alternative. When you are ready, let's start on the mat with warm up, spot jog. Let's do 2 minutes of jog. When you are jogging, I want you to pay attention to your body posture, to your alignment. That's very important in yoga. You want to be aware of your alignments, of your sensations. So bring that awareness and sensation, observation to sensations here as well. That means I'm just turning a sideways to give it, not leaning forward, not rounding your back, not looking down. Instead, look straight, chest lifted, allow your shoulders to go down, not lifting up towards the ears like this. Instead, let them go down. And now, bring your attention to one of the important parts of your body, your face. It allows you to calm, it allows you to relax through the smile. Gentle smile on your face. Observe the frown lines at your forehead, let them go. Rest. Come to Tadasana with feet hip width apart, arms at your sides. Check your arms, let them lengthen towards the ground. Along with that, your fingers straightening, not curling. And pay attention to your breath. We use Tadasana mountain pose in between the practice to calibrate our alignment, to calibrate our breath. Pay attention to the breath, you don't have to change it. Release and relax. Next, raising your leg along with your arms. So, exhale and raise your leg and arm. Inhale and bring it down. Exhale and raise your knee and the arm and bring it down. Let's do it for a minute. When you are ready, raise your knee on exhale. Inhale and bring it down. Once more, relax your face, relax your jaw, and try to be well balanced. When you lift your knee up, press inner edge of your opposite foot well onto the ground. Observe your arms, maintain them straight so that palms are facing towards each other, and lengthening of your arms at the elbow. But at the same time, enjoy the movement. Let your body warm up. Let the blood flow. Let your brain know that we are getting engaged into yoga practice. Last 15 seconds. Rest. Come back to Tadasana. Observe the sensations that you are feeling in your body. Observe your body temperature in your chest, in your arms. Observe. Bring your attention to your breath. Release and relax. Now, time to skip. So if you don't have skipping rope, just imagine you have a virtual skipping rope in your hands and you will do the 100 skips like this. If you have a rope like I have here, then use it. And I want you to challenge yourself and do complete 100 without taking longer break. It's absolutely fine if you can't do it consistently, like if you have to take a pause after 20 or 30 or 40, but try to be quickly back on it. So when you are ready, let's begin. And don't worry about the count. Start with me and then you can stop with me. Oops, sorry. So if this happens, don't worry, keep going. Bring your attention to your jumps. Try to land evenly. Don't hold your breath, keep breathing. Relax the face, bring the smile on your face. Gratitude about the practice that you are doing. You're taking care of your health and your mind. Feel good about it. 50. Keep going. We are together in this. 70. Maybe I'm making you do more than 100, but that's fine. Keep going. You are strengthening your legs, your core. That's what we want today. All right, pause. Move a rope aside if you're using one. Come back to your Tadasana. Feet hip width apart and pay attention to your breath. Don't have to change it. Just observe your breath. Spread your body weight evenly among your feet. So see if you are heavy on one leg. If so, adjust the body weight evenly on both the legs. Last 3 breaths here. Release. Now, let's do a small sequence to warm ourselves a bit more. Come at the front of your mat and stand in Tadasana just like we were standing, with feet hip width apart, arms at your sides. Inhale and raise your arms up. Exhale and bend your legs and bring your hands onto the ground. On exhale, walk your legs back, come to high plank position. Take a breath here and then move to downward dog. Walk your legs towards your hands. On exhale, roll each vertebra at a time. Be slow when you come up back to Tadasana to mountain pose. Let's do 4 more repetitions of this sequence. Inhale and raise your arms up. Exhale and bend your arms and bring your hands onto the ground. On exhale, walk your legs back. Come to high plank position. If you can't stay in high plank, then just bring your knees to the ground like this. Go to downward dog. Walk your legs on exhale towards your hands. Feel free to open the back of your legs by straightening them. On exhale, come up slowly. Feel the sensations when you come up slowly, when you roll each vertebra at a time. Inhale and raise your arms up. Bend your legs and bring your hands onto the ground. A bit faster this time. Walk your legs back. Take a breath. Back to downward dog. Take a breath in downward dog. Then walk your legs towards your hands. This time, press your feet well onto the ground and Open the back of your knees, back of your legs. That means straighten your legs. And at the same time, engage the front of your thighs by lifting them up towards your hips. Slowly roll on exhale. Come up to mountain pose. Tadasana. Last round. Inhale and raise your arms up. Exhale and bend forward. This time you can maintain the legs straight if you want. Or jump or walk your legs back into high plank position. Stay here for 3 breaths this time. Engage your abdomen. That means bring your navel slightly in towards the spine. Observe the alignment of your shoulders, move them back. We want wide and broad chest, so no rounding at the upper back. Walk back to downward dog. Move to downward dog. On exhale, walk your legs towards your hands. Straight legs, forward bend, Uttanasana. And then come up to mountain pose. Stay here for 2 breaths. If you want to experience one of the magics of yoga, which is experiencing calmness at physiological level, then you want to pay specific attention to 2 things. One, attention to your breath, deep inhale and slow exhale, and attention to sensations that you are experiencing in your body. Release and relax. Come at the center of your mat. Now we'll practice traditional asana to lengthen and strengthen our core muscles. When you are ready, come to the mat in lying position. Lie on your back. Bring the soles of your feet close to your hips, arms at your sides, palms facing towards the ground. Practicing variation of Setu Bandhasan, bridge pose. Press your feet well onto the ground to lift the hips higher towards the ceiling. Let's start. And when you come down slowly. Let's do 10 repetitions of these. While pressing your feet well onto the ground, raise your hips higher and then slowly come down. So when you raise your hips higher, continue. Make sure your knees are not falling out or they are not rolling in. Just maintain them in line with your hips, the front of your hips. Keep going. Raise your hips slowly up towards the ceiling and then come down. 3, 4, 5. Pay attention to your toes. Spread your feet well onto the mat. Try to take more space with your feet onto the mat. 6. On the next iteration, try to go a centimeter more higher towards the ceiling. That means raise your hips higher while pressing the inner edges of your feet well onto the ground. Come down slowly. For the next 3 iterations, when you go up, stay there for a breath. Take a deep inhale. That means fill your lungs with air. Let your chest expand. Let the side of your chest expand. On slow exhale, come down. Let's do 2 more reps with the same intensity. Go up, higher, a bit more higher. Then take a deep breath. And slow exhale as if you're saying Om. And come down on exhale. Last iteration. When you're ready, go up more. Press those toes and the heels strongly onto the ground to lift higher. Inhale. Expand your chest. Feel that expansion at the back of your wrists. ribs. Slow exhale and come down. Straighten your legs. Wiggle them side by side. If there is any tension or tightness, let it go. Pause. Turn to your side and come up and lie on your abdomen. We are going to do small variation of locust pose, Salvasan, to prepare our back or for the next sequence that we are going to perform. Forehead onto the mat, back of your hands next to your legs or next to your hips. Your feet are hip width apart, toes untucked. That means top of your feet are onto the ground. When you are ready, raise yourself up, just the upper body, and go down. Let's do 10 more reps. 2, 4, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you go up slow and feel the sensations in your back, engagement of your muscles in your mid back, in your lower back. At the same time, the sensations in your abdomen. Last iteration. Bring your hands at the front next to your forehead. Cross them and place your forehead at the back of your palms. On next exhale, come to downward dog. We are going to practice a small sequence. I will just show you here. Let's do it together. From downward dog, slowly transition into high plank position. Then Chaturanga Dandasana, look straight. And then from Chaturanga Dandasana, transition to upward dog. From upward dog, back to downward dog. Okay, let's do 6 iterations of this small sequence. When you are ready, from downward dog to high plank position, spread your fingers well, grip your hands well onto the mat, then Chaturanga Dandasana, upward dog, engage your legs well, open the back of your knees, back to downward dog. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. On next exhale, Chaturanga, high plank, to Chaturanga Dandasana, Urdhva Mukha, upward dog. Take a breath here, back to downward dog. Last 2 iterations. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. On next exhale, come to high plank. Press your hands well onto the mat. Chaturanga Dandasana, elbows in, legs sharp, to upward dog, back to downward dog. Last iteration. Come on, we can do this together. With all your strength, high plank position, Chaturanga Dandasana, to upward dog. Breathe, don't hold the breath. Open your chest, move the shoulders down, back to downward dog. Bring your knees to the ground and spread them so that your knees are in line with the side edges of your mat and your toes, big toes, pointing towards each other like this, but they are not on top of each other. And bring your trunk between your legs, forearms rested onto the mat, and rest your forehead onto the ground. If you can't rest your forehead onto the ground, then if you have a block nearby, the yoga brick or a block, then just Place it underneath your forehead. Pay attention to the breath, how your abdomen pushes your inner thighs with each breath. Pay attention to that. On next exhale, come forward and lie on your back. It's time to practice Urdhva Prasarita Padasana, which is this. Urdhva means upward, Prasarita means extended, and Pad means legs. Okay. When you are ready, bring your hands at the side of your hips. Feet together. Lift your knees up and straighten your legs. And allow your lower back to settle well onto the mat. That means not lifting the buttocks up and moving the legs back. The angle between your legs and the torso is roughly 90 degrees. Breathe, don't hold the breath. Relax your face. Feel free to bend your legs and straighten them if you feel the intensity is too high for you. If you have any lower back issues, any lower back pain, then slide your hands, back of your hands underneath your buttocks. Last breath here. Bend your legs. Take a breather and we'll go back into the pose for 3 more breaths. Let's do it together. Raise your legs, straighten them, keep them straight. Relax your face, gentle smile on your face. We can go through this challenge to maintain our legs up for last 2 breaths. Last 1 breath. All right, bring your legs down onto the ground, straighten them and wiggle them side by side. You're building a lot of strength in your core, which is useful in your inversions. Pause. Turn to your side and come up. And straighten your legs at the front to come to Dandasana, staff pose. Bring your torso in the center, pressing your sitting bones and the back of your legs well onto the ground to maintain that lift in the torso. That means no rounding at the back. And observe, have a look at the front of your torso. If it's shortened, then you want to create the length by lifting your torso up towards the ceiling, lifting through the chest. Use your hands beside your hips to maintain that length. Then raise your arms up, bring them in Urdhva Hasta. That means upward arm position. Let your fingers straighten towards the ceiling. From here, let's transition back into Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Very slowly go back to Urdhva Prasarita. Stay here for a breath. On exhale, come back to Urdhva Hasta Dandasana, upward arms, staff pose. On next exhale, go back to Urdhva Prasarita. Let's do 4 more rounds. Exhale and come up. Inhale. On next exhale, go back to Urdhva Prasarita Padasana. Next exhale, come up. Last 2 rounds a bit more faster. Keep breathing, don't hold the breath. Come up. Last round, on next exhale, go down. Exhale and come up. Slowly lie back. Wiggle your legs side by side. Any tension or tightness, let it go. Well done. Pause. Come up. Time to practice Paripurna Navasan. Paripurna means full, Navasan means boat pose. So bend your legs and bring the soles of your feet onto the ground. Your hands are just behind your hips. Have a look at my fingers, they're pointing towards the wall at the front. And I'm using support of my hands to lengthen my torso to maintain that length. When we go further into the pose, you still want to maintain this length in the torso. Bring your feet together, knees together, and then raise your legs up, your feet up, so that your legs are slightly bent. Then bring your arms next to your shin, and when you are ready, straighten your legs. Observe your torso. Let it lengthen. Lift through the chest. Maintain the breath. Don't hold the breath. Yes, we can do this. If it's too intense, feel free to bend your legs at the knees. Then bend your legs, bring it onto the ground. Let's do it one more time. Feel free to wiggle your legs side by side. Any tension, let it go. Breathe, pay attention to the breath, and let's get ready for the challenge. Watch your alignment, lift through your torso, use your hands for support. When you are ready, straighten your legs, straighten your arms, maintain them in line with your shoulders. Now you know the drill. Lift through the chest, moving the shoulders back and down. Relax your toes. Open the back of your legs. Don't hold the breath. Last 2 breaths here. Slowly bring your legs onto the ground. Stay in cross leg position. Turn towards your right. Bring your opposite hand at the back. Change. Turn to the opposite side. Come back to the center. It's time to practice last challenging asana of today's routine. Come on the mat in lying position. We are going to practice Jatara Parivartanasana, revolved abdominal pose. Bring your arms in line with your shoulders. Your hands are facing towards the ground. And going further in the pose, press them well onto the mat onto the ground to have support. Then raise your legs up, keep them straight, and then moving them all the way down towards the right. Exhale and lift them up to the center. Go towards the left. Press your hands well onto the ground without touching your feet to the ground. Bring them up. Let's do 4 more rounds. Okay, now you know the drill. Bring the leg down towards the right. Maintain them straight. Exhale and lift them up. Go towards left. Feel the strength that you're using from abdomen. Go towards the right. Press your hands well onto the ground towards the left. 3 more rounds. Let's do it together. Last 3 rounds. Towards the right, to the center, towards the left, come to the center. Last 2 rounds. Towards the right, back to center, left, come to the center. Come on, we can do this. Last round of the day, towards the right, back to the center with all your strength, all your energy, towards the left, and lift it back. Bend your legs at the knee. Bring the soles of your feet onto the ground. Straighten your legs. Wiggle them side by side. Bring your hands at your sides of your hips or on your abdomen to the position that suits you well. Pause. Bring the soles of your feet onto the mat and press one knee at a time onto your chest. Stay here for a breath. Change. Bring the opposite knee to the chest. Take a breath. Now bring both the knees to the chest. Wrap your arms around your knees, or you can hold the front of your shins with your hands to bring your knees towards the chest. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Take a deep breath. Feel your abdomen pushing the front of your thighs. Last breath here. Deep breath and slow exhale. Release. Turn to your side and come up sitting in cross-leg position. Use your hands beside your hips to sit upright, to sit tall. And then bring your hands on your thighs. We are going to practice Ujjayi Pranayam, also called victorious breath. So you inhale and exhale with constricted throat. How to constrict your throat? Show me how you fog the mirror. Bring your hand at the front and fog it like this. So what you just did there, constriction. So that's exactly what you do in your Ujjayi Pranayam, victorious breath pranayam practice. When you are ready, hands on your thighs, or you can bring it on your abdomen, or you can bring it to traditional position. Choose the option that suits you well today. I like my hands on my thighs. Close your eyes. Bring your attention back to your breath. Relax your face, pressing your sitting bones well onto the ground. What it means is you're bringing your attention to the sitting bones and using that attention to lift through the torso or maintain the lift in the torso. Observe the alignment of your shoulders. Let them go down towards the ground and lift in the chest. We are going to perform 3 rounds of Ujjayi Pranayam, victorious breath. Before each round, you take deep inhale. You feel your lungs with the air to their maximum capacity. That means you feel the expansion at the front of your chest, at the sides of your chest, and the back of your rib cage. We want deep inhale, no shallow inhalation. And then you do the slow exhale, and both inhalation and exhalation with constricted throat. Let's begin. Inhale with constricted throat. Pause. Exhale. Slow exhale. When you finish, 2 more rounds on your own time. Make this a last round. When you finish your 3 rounds, bring your breath to normal breath. Use inhalation to lift the torso up, to lift the chest up, and use exhalation to allow shoulders to move back and down. While maintaining this alignment, bring your hands to your chest in prayer position, Namaskar Mudra. Thumbs are on your sternum. Your fingers are together and slightly away from your thumbs. Any frown lines at your forehead, let them go. Relax your jaw. Take this opportunity to thank yourself for being engaged in the practice, to lengthen and strengthen your core, abdominal muscles. Celebrate this small win of your day with gentle smile on your face. While maintaining the gentle smile, move your chin towards the chest, bringing your head forward. Namaste and thank you. Move your head back. Slowly open your eyes. Bring your hands on your thighs. If you like today's video, give me a thumbs up. This way, I get to know what content you enjoy, and it motivates me to prepare more of such content. And it also helps others to stay in the practice. See you next time. Till then, be your best version.